Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for my first Technique Wednesday video. On this one we're going to be focusing on the paste and the stencil. Now right here I'm trying to get some of the dies set up ready to use for this particular card and what I have in mind. As far as the embossing, what I'm using is Bo Bunny's glitter paste, and I have the pink punch and the gold, and my two spatulas to apply it. So right now I've just cut a piece of paper that's 5 1/4 by 4, and this is going to be our focal page on the card. And I'm just taping it down. I'm using Post-it tape. And all we're going to do is, I like to get them open and ready to use. I know they can dry out certain embossing paste that you use, but on this one it's quite thin. It's not as thick as some of the embossing paste that I've played with before. But the best part is that it's already colored, so you don't have to worry about adding color to it, and it has great sparkle. So right now you can see I'm just putting half of it pink, half of it gold. And what it does is, in the center, it actually blends in together, and it makes for a nice, unique blend. Okay. Now the thing with this embossing paste is that you definitely want to clean off your stencil pretty quickly, because once it hardens, it's very hard to get it off of your stencil. So I'll be right back. I'm getting ready to clean up and we'll continue. Alright, so you can see I'm back. I just put everything away. Now what I did is, yesterday I did an embossing so that way it would already be dry for us for today. And right now I'm cutting out, this is the first time I'm using these dies, so I wanted to do just sort of like a pre-cut of the friend and then the tag. Now we'll give you a little bit of a hint. This Tim Holtz craft mat that I have on top of my craft mat from Martha Stewart is very slippery, so it tends to wobble and move around a lot. So I would suggest, once you're done being, with the messy stuff, you can take it up, move it, so that way your Cuttlebug or whatever machine you guys are using is pretty solid on the table. Okay. The friend that I cut out the first time on the white, it went through, but it didn't cut all the way. So I'm redoing it in black, because I decided I also wanted it in black instead of white. And I just ran it through twice, and it cut perfectly. The little dot for the eyes right there that I put down, and then the friend popped out just like it was butter. So what I do is I do the paper, then I use what's that called, the wax paper, and then I put the dye, so that way it helps it to come out. And then I decided that I wanted to add a black tag on the card as well. That was an impromptu decision. So now I'm going to put that away. Okay, so now we're going to focus on the card. I have a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of paper that I've scored at 5 1/2, so that way it'll be a top folding card. And then this is just giving you an idea of what the card is going to kind of look like in the end. Alright, so now we're going to get the stamping pad, because I like to use that for when I'm stamping with clear or poly stamps. So it gives it a nice crisp stamp when you do that. Okay, and I'm just going to get out the VersaFine Black Onyx ink. This one is my favorite when it comes to clear stamps. It's very crisp black, and I just love it. So once I did my stamping, I go ahead and I get it cleaned, and I get a baby wipe, and I also spray it with a little bit of stamp cleaner, and it always gets, I think, perfect. If you don't have a stamp scrubber, that's what I would suggest. I do like those, I just don't have one right now. Now we're going to attach the friend to the front of the tag, and I'm using Glossy Accents here by Tim Holtz, and it's great as, to make your accents or something like that shiny, but you can also use it as a glue, and it was nearby, so I just grabbed that for my friend. And then I decided that I wanted to use the flowers in the stamp set for Friend and Love Ya that I had showed you guys the other day. So I'm just stamping those on in a pink and a black. I did 2 of the large and 2 of the small. And then I'm going to attach the black tag that I did behind the white one off to an angle just to give it a little visual interest. Okay, so now we get to put the card together, and we're going to tape the back of the stencil piece that we did. Now I'm just using regular Tombow tape runner on the back. You can use scrap tape, I think it's like Scrappy Pal or something like that, or you can use score tape, or if you have your ATG gun, you can use that as well. I would suggest something that's going to definitely hold probably a little hard or secure than the tape runner. I found that towards the end, like at the bottom, I wasn't as close to the edge as I should have been, and part of the paper that was curling up wouldn't lay flat. So that's just something to think about. So with the texture of the paste, I decided not to do the tape on the back, but to use dimensionals, and I still have some from my last order of Stampin' Up, so I'm just gonna grab like 4 or 5 from that. Now you can put as many or as less as you like. I want it to be secure on the card, and I don't want it to feel floppy, so that's why I put the 5, so that I have it on the edge and then something in the center to keep it even and flat. So we're just taking the back pieces off of that, and I just put it right in the center of the card. Done. And really right there you could stop, but of course you gotta add a little bit of bling bling. So what I did was I took the sequins from the box, the little things from Lucy's cards, and what I did was I put them in this container, and I took the sticker from the plastic baggie and put it on top, so that way I can remember who I got them from, because a lot of times I'm the type of person, I'll put it into the tray or my storage and then I won't remember where I got it from. So this is just a way to kind of help me remember. And right now I'm using a quick stick, which is a pickup stick, to pick out the different sequins that I wanted to use. I grabbed a couple of hearts, a white sequin, and an iridescent sequin to put around the card. And my only suggestion for this is really to go by what you feel. A lot of people suggest that you put things in 3, which is visually appealing. I say go with it. There's really no right or wrong answer, I believe. Everything in crafting and anything that's artistic is left up to your interpretation. So you can use as many, I used 6. You may find that you only want to use 3. It's up to you. Whatever makes your heart say, yeah, this is good, this is done. I don't want to overdo it. Alright. Now I'm taking the glossy accents once again, because it's nearby, and all I'm doing is putting a little dab of glue down and then placing the sequin on top of that. Alright, now that bottle that the glue is in is by Fine Line, and what I did was I took my glossy accents out of the bottle it came in and just poured it into this container. And it's really awesome because it has that long spout, so you can get a super thin line of the glossy accents. You can do individual dots easier, and the applicator has a piece that goes into the top to stop the clogging. So I definitely suggest, if you see them in the stores or online, I highly suggest them because they are really good. I've had no clogging issues, and I really like it, so I highly suggest it. So just bear with me. I'm just gluing down the last of the sequins on here, trying to make sure we get all of them glued down. Alright. Now as we go forward on the different cards and different techniques that we're doing, I look forward to hopefully getting even better with my videos and taking your suggestions if you have any. This is definitely a growing and learning experience for me, and I just thank you all that you're willing to watch my video. I know it's a little bit on the longer side, but I really wanted to make sure that we focused on the stencil work, and then of course how we're doing to finish off the card. Alright, so there it is, an up close picture of the friend card. And with it being a black base card, you can always put in a white piece of paper on the inside for any type of notes or whatever you want to send to your friend. Alright, trying to get in closer. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This has been a true blast, and I look forward to doing more of these with you. There you go. Now you can see that gold and pink really up close. Love it. Alright, you guys, once again, thank you for joining me today on my first Wednesday Technique card. Once again, we're using items from the Catherine Pooler's Stamp of Approval box, so make sure you head over to her channel and check out that. If you have any questions, you can definitely contact her. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me, and make sure you subscribe so that way you can get notifications of new videos that I put up. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great day.